Welcome back, everybody. In the kitchen with Chef Ken Hall. He's the executive chef at the Oneida Casino. Lots of things going on there, lots of new restaurants out there these days.
Absolutely. We've got 5 concepts that we've opened up in the last little while. We've got Vince Lombardi's legendary sports bar and grill. We've got Countryville Sports Bar. We've got Chicken Fry, American Bandstand Express, and Boar's Head Deli. So lots of great concepts that we've got going on.
Nice.
All different kinds of foods.
That's nice, because people used to maybe just go gamble there and they really wouldn't eat too much. So now you want to invite people in to, hey, watch the game, hang out a little bit.
Exactly. Stick around a little while longer and enjoy some good food and some good friends and company.
Nice, very nice. So we're going to make one of Ken's, we're talking about jazzing things up today, and I think dips can be boring, or you just serve the same ones over and over again. I've kind of got that go-to dip recipe, but sometimes it's nice to change things up. So tell us about this dip we're making.
What we're doing is we're going to do a little bit of a different queso dip. I'm going to start with pepper jack cheese, and then I've got, this is homemade marinated tomatoes with green chilies that we put in there.
Ooh.
Now they also sell them in the stores, and you can buy whatever your favorite brand is. What we like to do is we like to add a little bit of smoked paprika and chili powder right into this, so we really get that nice richness to come out with the pepper jack cheese. And then the other thing that we want to jazz it up with is we want to use some different chips. Instead of the same old plain chips that you get every single time, why not try a different chip? So what I decided to do was do a tricolor blend so that we have some different flavors, some different colors. We're going to finish it with some cilantro, some fresh garlic and onion.
Nice. Okay, so let's first of all get the cheese. Should we start melting the cheese?
Nope. First what we want to do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our onions in that pan. So if you could put a little oil in that pan.
Okay, you betcha. Onion. You betcha.
And I'm just going to do a quick...
So olive oil is fine?
Yep, a little bit of a fine dice on these.
Okay.
You don't want too big of chunks. Now again, if you're in a real hurry, this is one that you can do in the microwave as well. I happen to like to do it right in the pan. And we'll get those cooking just for a second.
Just a few ingredients, though. I mean, this is a pretty simple dip. Right.
This is one that really has all the flavors that I like in a dip. And we all are victims of, you know, we're dippers.
Oh,
it's for the dipper
are you
inside
kidding?
all of us.
If you put a good dip and some chips in front of me and a good game or movie, it's over. It's done.
Yep. We
so
have
fresh
so many
cilantro?
Fresh cilantro. We're going to finish it with the fresh cilantro. And you can even continue to embellish, and that's what's so fun about jazzing things up. What do you have in your cupboard? What do you have in your fridge? Do you like it spicy? Do you not like it spicy? You could throw some shredded pork in here. You could throw some shredded chicken in here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different options that you can take with this, which that's what makes it so much fun. That's what the joy of cooking is all about, is just experimenting and having a little bit of fun.
I agree, and my daughter loves queso dip. So at home, let these onions cook a little bit longer until they get a little bit soft. Now we're adding some garlic.
Yep, we've got 2 cloves of garlic smashed and chopped up in there.
I think people are afraid of making queso dip at home, and I think that a lot of people buy it from a jar, you know, the cheese dip from a jar, and it is so easy to make your own homemade. Those jars of dip are just, they don't taste good, and they're kind of pricey, and they taste like they came from a jar.
Well, and a lot of times it doesn't have to be this particular cheese. You could do a blend. Everybody has 2 or 3 little pieces of cheese in their crisper drawer.
Sure.
This is a perfect use of those.
Just shred them up and
just shred them up and go.
Now these tomatoes, you said you marinated these, but I know you can buy like homemade pico de gallo at the grocery store, or you can even use like a canned.
A can of diced tomatoes, and they make them with chili, some with garlic and basil. And again, depending on what you want your flavor of your queso dip to be, can be the type and the style that you like.
Okay.
This, again, I minced them up a little bit further than what they were. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this right down in there. I just don't want to splatter.
Yep. So that fresh pico de gallo that you get at the grocery store would probably be the ideal to use for this.
The ideal, exactly.
And then you jazzed it up with a little bit of, you said smoked paprika? Or?
Smoked paprika and chili powder.
Okay.
Because I want to get that nice smoky flavor to it. So all we're going to do is let this start to heat for a second, and then we're going to put our cheese in here, and we're just going to start to melt it.
It smells so good. Now that is the key with the cheese and when to add it. You want this to be hot so it'll melt and won't get all stringy.
Right.
And pepper jack is our cheese of choice here?
Pepper jack is my cheese of choice. I know that they have one out that I've been experimenting with. It's Wisconsin 4-state cheddar. It's a blend that's out there. I think Sargento puts it out. And it is just, it's fantastic because it has your sharp, your mild, your aged, so it really packs a lot of flavor. So even mixing and matching with your cheeses, and that's the fun of it, is coming up with a different flavor. I love pepper jack,
I do too, yeah.
and I love that type of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start adding this in there.
Kind of a handful at a time.
Yep.
And then just whisk it.
Yep. And it'll just slowly start to melt a little bit. And at this point, what you could do, if you were in a time crunch and company just starts coming over, throw the cheese in the microwave, pop it about a minute, and then stir it around another minute, stir it around. It'll end up taking about 3.5 minutes in the microwave while you're heating this, and then you blend it together. So within 5 minutes, you can have yourself something to put down that's warm, that's delicious, that'll intrigue your friends.
Ooh, this looks so good, Ken. Now, would you keep this, you know, I like this dip, but it needs to be served warm. Do you keep it sometimes like in a fondue pot or a little slow cooker?
Exactly. And those new little crock pots that they have, that a lot of people use for potpourri and things like that, that is absolutely a perfect vehicle for this once you get it done. And this is something that you could start as you're heading out and then come back and have it be done.
Yum, looks fantastic. All right, so we've got some of those fun tri-colored chips, and they have all sorts of different chips now at the grocery store. We'll spoon some of that dip in there. Tell me about the dip we're making next time.
The next one we're doing is I'm doing a play on a loaded baked potato. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a dip, and then we're going to throw a twist in with the potato side of it, and not actually use potatoes, but we're going to use waffle cut sweet potatoes that are baked in the oven until they're nice and crispy.
Yum. Wow, this looks stringy and wonderful, and this looks like a definite worthy of double or triple dipping. All right, Ken, can't wait to make this loaded baked potato dip, and we'll put this recipe for this queso on our website. Back with more jazzed up ideas and recipes, so stay with us.